Hello, researching tubers, and welcome back. Let's play Xenonauts X Division Time for Science Edition with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, we completed a Tier 4 civilian mission with relatively low damage, no casualties, and a nice clean mission. Definitely not an easy short mission, and you gotta take it super serious, but we got it. And of course that means there's some more engineering and all kinds of science. And the first thing to science is going to be the head engineer, because I'd love to see some new vehicles and power armor. What else would be important? I would love to see the next set of kinetic technology. What else would be important? Base operator could be a data hack. That might not be too important yet. The Reaper might lead to something. Apparently, its toxin is capable of taking out anyone it hits in a single stroke. Luckily, this thing didn't attack anyone. I wonder if it does kill soldiers in one hit, because that would be pretty bad. It says, not the toughest in terms of defense, but the scariest. Well, not to min-max too much, but I want everything. So, let's just do everything. I figure 25 per project should be okay. Oops. I want to learn more about Reapers. I don't expect we're going to be able to get Incinerator tech yet, but you never know. We'll start with the rifle. Alright, and also just to queue up a couple things, we have a new base, of course, so we should have a new base to disassemble, and maybe some, if I'm lucky, something antimatter. There's never any antimatter. We did get one more ancient weapon. We caught a Reaper Bull. Sweet. And there should be ancient weapon. There you go. So that's 4 antimatter cores at least. So even though this weapon is not the most dangerous, it does give you a lot of antimatter. And I'm sure there'll be other things in here in the disassembly section for later. Alright, let's research. One thing I suppose we should at least do is send the guys home that we sent over. Dave, back to C team, I believe. If I send someone to the wrong team, you guys let me know. King Sarius, I believe, was C team. Fellow is definitely C team. Evan, well, I don't know. Thornham was definitely B team. Duke, I'm pretty sure, was B team. Big Muhammad was definitely C team. One more person. I think the top 5 were here all along. I don't think I reordered anybody. I forget where Evan was. Probably C team. Let's just wait and see which one's filled up. It'll be not too hard to figure out. Alright, so a little bit of disassembly while we wait for the tech to come in. And let's see if we sent all our soldiers back to the right bases. Looks like he was on B team. Because there's one spot open. Unless I sent someone to the wrong base. Which is possible. Alright, Evan, back to B team you go. Probably. It's not the end of the world if I send him to the wrong base. You know, we can mix and match. I suppose before I forget, though, B team probably wants their stuff back. So they want 1 Ripper and 1 Pulse weapon. I sent these over just to have lots of Pulse and Ripper tech, and I don't think we sent anything else. I know they'd love to steal some antimatter weapons, but not right now. Alright. To science! Alright, Incinerator Rifle is the first thing. So, the Tier 4 fire weapon. 90 damage at max for now. Okay. If you're in Wolf Armor, or Alpha Wolf Armor, that's still pretty scary. In some of the better armor, it's not as bad. Alright, Evan, back on the team. And A team will reset as well. Not that I'm going to be doing any missions in the short term, because I want to get this research now, of course. This is totally a research episode. But let's get people assigned back. I think even if the base was attacked, this wouldn't matter. We'd have time to gear everybody up anyway. Alright, looks good. Alright, C team complete, B team complete, A team has more to do. Alien Mass Rifle, the new tier of kinetic weapons. Around 90 damage at base. That's actually not bad. That's why we didn't take... One of the good things, I guess, about civilians is a lot of them have the kinetic weapons. And even if you're playing at probably higher difficulties, although I'm sure you'll take more damage on average, we do have armor that matches that for the most part. I guess you'd always take... but on average you would take damage with Alpha Wolf. Sentinel as well. Ripper would probably survive a few hits with no damage before it got shredded, but even at 90, that's not too bad. But you'll still get shredded down. Just at different speeds. Mass Pistol, you know, I doubt it's anything super unique here. Slightly less damage. Now we can learn about mass technology, though. Let's see here. Anything specific? It's just mass driver theory. Apparently we can't make them inside the atmosphere, so we better figure something out. Let's see what the aliens did. Alright, end of November. Bunch more money. Large base operator. So we've got all the bases now. AKA fortresses. Could be useful for a data hack. We also interrogated the head engineer. So that's the last engineer as well. And this is where we get lots of interesting stuff. So we have already done fusion reactor tech. That's fine. We have already improved the direwolf armor. We didn't need anything else. We already had the size engineer. We already got the direwolf armor, the Alpha Wolf. An improvement to the Ripper armor. You need Xenomorph Empress. We've never even seen a Xenomorph Empress. That's unfortunate. Mechs and another tank. We've already seen that. No, it didn't unlock anything. I was getting excited. It got us nothing. No. No. We have to figure out how to make an Empress. Or find an Empress. One or the other. Incinerator cannon, 90 damage. explosive fire damage is pretty bad. Maybe we're not going to get all the cool new stuff out of this research anyway. Incinerator heavy. Rapid fire of fire damage. Rapid fire or fire. Alright, a basic Praetor autopsy. We've already interrogated them. We did that first. But, yeah, you know. They're strong. They're psionic. They're pretty tough. They get cool weapons. Nothing really special here, I don't think. You could read about it if you want. Elite civilians. Mass sniper, 120 damage. That's getting up there. Getting a bad feeling about getting new tech out of this base, out of this batch. How much antimatter do we have now? 7. Not even enough for one more weapon. No one else has any spares. As soon as we get one more, I can make another rifle. Okay, well, we did build a round of Furies last time. And we can go back to building aircraft for a little while. Let's put one more in Soviet, South America, and South Africa right now. So South Africa gets their 3rd Fury. South America gets their 3rd Fury. And the Soviet Union gets their 3rd. And then I'm going to build 3 more. Maybe? Yeah, they've got one more slot here anyway. That's fine. 2 more slots. 1 more slot. Okay. Might as well build the stuff while we have got the break, right? We've got a pretty good amount of materials for flight stuff. The only thing we're really short on right now is alloys, I think. Which, you know, does affect our ability to make torpedoes. We're getting there. I think what I'll be doing is picking and choosing missions that give good alloys, namely the carriers, and skipping a lot of the easier missions with less rewards. Harridan Elite. Superior, but still went down pretty quick. You know, the tank shot them, killed them good. Mass cannon, cool. Let's speed up this mass technology a little bit. Alien mass heavy. They're really not telling us much about this. Pretty sure every base completed at the same time. Switch over to torpedoes. Alright, Reaper Zeta. Evolution of the Omega. A lot of resilience and armor. Very weak to incendiary. Although, it has enough HP that walking through fire doesn't really matter too much. And especially, could walk through a toxic waste treatment. Anyway, we get a little bit more bonus damage. 2 toxin glands if we catch any extra. Speaking of which, did we catch any extra? Reaper down here. We did not. Looks like we get 2 toxic glands each from most. Rhinos give us the best, actually, with 3. That's the tier 4 Harridan. Pretty strong against energy and chemical. That's why they're hard to capture. They're really good against your standard stun damage. It's actually still weakest to kinetic, interestingly enough, but, you know. I'm sure pulse snipers would get through it quick enough. And antimatter. Always the antimatter. Well, where's that tech, guys? The toxic glands are a waste? No! There's gotta be a use for them. Did that just say they ran out of alloys? No. Alright, everyone should be done their torpedoes. Get equipped. Get these equipped and then we'll move them over. Fleet Commander generally doesn't give us much besides the interceptor upgrades, which we haven't seen yet because we're not really in phase 4. Well, hopefully the Androns get us some tech. The Seisons did a really good job of giving us cool new technology. Also, it did say that some stuff is locked behind an Empress. And, boy, that's scary. A Xenomorph Empress. Alien mass technology. Alright, here's the big one for us, from the civilians, basically. Electromagnetic propulsion. Instead of a coil gun, rail gun. Extra mass in the bullets. So it's a mass. Just extreme acceleration. They use Lorentz force. Cool, cool. Practical outcome is we shouldn't have any direct problems researching the same principles to some extent. Develop rail tech. And then we'll need a weapon sergeant or whatever to get better. Incinerator plus weapon sergeant equals better guns. For now, rail tech it is. We'll see how they look once we research them. Elite Vivisection. Standard stuff. I don't see anything special. And we're out of research. Can't go past 99. But rail tech went pretty fast. The aliens have, again, stepped up their ballistic tech. But now we have our own counter. So now we use electric rails instead of Gauss. We've got better physics. Hey there, War Raider. Long time no see. We've been streaming a lot this last month. We're getting pretty close to the end of the stream, but we're in the tech phase, so I'm staying up a little late to do some technology. So we got rail tech. We need a nearly perfect insulator, blah blah blah, psychobabble. Marked line of weapons. What does this give us? Basically same as Gauss, but better. Uh-oh. Gauss was not very good. More damage, more armor mitigation, and range. But heavier. Well, I sure hope this works out. We should get pistols, carbines, rifles, heavies, and a vehicle railgun. And a mech railgun. Mounted weapons. If we learn about alien singularities, we might be able to make new stuff. Aircraft weapon, that'd be nice. Actually, getting a tier 4 air weapon right now might be good. And of course, Mark II later on. Ooh, we do get the upgrades. So, I don't think we had access to the sonic air weapons. We got a sonic machine gun, for our vehicles. But this gives us a full suite of aircraft and vehicle weapons. I'm almost more interested in these. Aircraft cannon, aircraft particle pulse. I don't think I've seen these before, or if I have, I hadn't looked at them very closely. So, a railgun for our Spirit Wolf if we want to bring our mech. And a machine gun for our vehicles. You know, it's a lot of good stuff. Let's just research it all. You know. Let's not read all this stuff, because that takes too long. It's not like I'm not going to research it. I'd say I'm probably more excited about checking out the air tech, to be honest. The more prepared we are for Tier 4 air game, the happier I am going to be. And I'm not super happy about our Corsairs, to be honest. And our just lack of extra interceptors. Alright, so a Carbine. It's no longer a shotgun. We're going back to Carbine style, which maybe means rapid fire like the Mag. Which might be better. It's also good for shock. Well, we'll check it out in a sec. The Heavy, which is never good. Sure, it's better than the Gauss Heavy Mark II garbage. Garbage and garbage. We expect heavy weapons to be bad. Pistols! We'll see. Rifles! We will also see. And of course the sniper. I wonder if we get a minigun out of it too. Oh good, we got more quantum cryptology sensors. Even better radar coverage. Alright, hey, look at all the civilian classes and stuff. None of this makes too much difference to us. This is more of the vanilla game anyway than in X Division. Well, the community edition patch for the vanilla game. SMGs, maybe. You know, we've had some success with them. Snipers, minigun. Extremely dangerous and heavy. Of course, it's still a theory. Give me a few minutes, though. Just a few minutes. Okay, rail cannon. We're going to compare... We're going to do all the science analysis in a second. We'll just finish our research first. But, okay, that's one. And that's a different type. We actually upgraded the sonar weapon. That's weird. Interesting. We'll compare everything in a second. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of other things to research. Spirit Wolf weapon. Mech weapon, that is to say. There's your minigun. And finally, a vehicle weapon. Okay, we got all our stuff done. What I'll do first is get an idea of how much this is going to cost to build, in case we can build any of it. The railgun for the mech is free. The sonic machine gun was also free. So we've got a AoE energy damage. We've got a rail weapon for our mechs, and we've got a machine gun, rail machine gun. So 3 tier 4 vehicle weapons. We've got technically a tier 4 vehicle, but blah. We've got the rail weapons themselves, which use a bunch of alloys only, just like the sonic weapons. And aircraft cannons. Rail cannon is a lot of alloys and a bit of aluminium. The particle pulse is It's just 2 heavy weapon systems, which we could get. We have some of them. So this is like a tier 4 something. We'll have a look at these all. We'll try to figure these out. Okay. That's all we unlocked, right? Vehicle weapons, air weapons, rail weapons. So let's start with vehicle weapons because it's probably a little easier. Forget that. You guys want to see the guns. Let's start with the guns. Rail guns. So, analysis mode. The pistol. Looks like a pretty normal pistol at first glance. Time units to fire are normal. Accuracy is low, but average. Reactions are good. Reloads are cheap. Ammo is low, but standard, I guess. 6. 90 damage is nothing bad, but I would say nothing super impressive. How does that compare? I guess it's better than the Mark 1. It does do 90 damage. But we would not build the Mark 1. We would build the Mark 3. It does do more damage. 1480, 30. It's similar. It would be about equivalent to the Mark 3 Gauss, I guess. Better in some ways, sort of. How about the SMG? Only 4 shots? This is not rapid fire at all. The lack of shots kind of makes me think this is going to suck. Kinetic tier 4 is not off to a great start. It does do a lot of shock damage and suppression, but it's only 4 bullets. 40% time units for 4 bullets. Compared to 40% time units for 8 bullets? 12, 45, 35. For 5 more damage? Ew. That's like half the DPS. So that's pretty bad. I would say the SMG is a big nosedive. At the very least, the Gauss Mark 1 has 8 shots. Alright, what about the rifle? 3 shots, normal time units, very cheap to reload. Maybe that's the main thing, the reloads are cheap. Standard ammo capacity, 100 damage. Well, it ain't got nothing on Antimatter Mark 3, I'll tell you that. Antimatter Mark 3 does 120 damage, ignores armor. And has better stats as well. You know, the Gauss rifle didn't even get that 4th shot either. Kinetic weapons are just really missing out lately. Yeah, the accuracy's meh. The damage is a little bit higher. But the ammo's bad. Like, most of it's bad so far. I'm not seeing a lot to excite me again. How about the shotgun carbine? It only fires 1 shot. It doesn't have a multi-shot. It does a lot more damage per projectile, though. 26 times 10? That's an upgrade, I think. Yeah. Well, more damage, less total projectiles. What is that? 1825? It's actually cheaper to fire. It's a few time units less than the Gauss. So this might be a good one. Cheaper to fire is good. Higher damage per bullet is probably good. Sure, I'd say the rail carbine is got some potential. Good reaction modifier. Low time units also mean it's easier to use in reaction. So when a Reaper's charging towards you, you can fire it a little bit easier. Yeah, okay. It might be a bit heavier. I think they're all like 2 kilograms heavier. Sniper! 200 damage. Average time unit cost, good range. Nothing crazy though at this point. Only 4 ammo. That's a bit low. Well, it does a lot of damage. 200 is a lot. And the firing modes are normal. The accuracy is okay. I would say it looks like a normal sniper, but nothing really crazy. The ones I didn't build were a little bit lower damage. The BlueAnkylo emote on Twitch. So good. You know, at least it does more damage than the Gauss Sniper Mark III. So I would give, so far, the Rail Carbine looks promising. The Rail Sniper has some promise, because it's probably going to get pretty high damage at this rate. And it doesn't have any other huge flaws besides low ammo. Then we got the Rail Heavy. 5 shots, not even 6 shots like a normal machine gun. $55 suppression compared to the very first one. 55 suppression. Why couldn't they give the higher tech suppression guns better suppression? I feel like that's a no-brainer. This looks pretty bad at first glance. Bad accuracy, 5 shots instead of 6. It's not as bad as the SMG, but not impressed there. 90 damage per bullet's nice and all, but... And then the Rail Minigun, the final minigun today. 24 shots. Ugh. Still gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of those low shots on the minigun, the low rate of fire. How does this compare? 50 damage. It only has 120 ammo, so it's 5 shots at 50 times 24. It does 5 more damage than the Mark III, but the Mark III can fire, well, 5 times and then you reload it, and then 10 times. But this was already pretty bad. 5 more damage isn't going to change that. Was it more accurate or less accurate? About the same, bad accuracy. Well, I sure hope that the Mark II and the Mark III Rail and Sonic get a heck of a lot better. Because right now, both of my new weapon techs look pretty bad. I can't see upgrading from Pulse. I definitely can't see changing from Antimatter. And even the Gauss that's good, like the SMGs are pretty good against certain things. Shotguns are good against certain things. Rifles are good against certain things. I don't see any reason to upgrade or side grade or more like downgrade them. Analysis phase complete. Well, don't worry, War Raider. The thing about these trees is they always start kind of weak at Mark 1, and then the Mark 2s and the Mark 3s are typically where things get interesting. It's been like that ever since the beginning. So hopefully, Sonic Mark 2 and Mark 3 and Rail Mark 2 and Mark 3, that's where things get really fun. Because we need some big upgrades. The Sonic weapons take a ton of time units to fire, although they do a lot of damage. Otherwise, they're pretty poor. They just have a huge energy damage. And the Rail weapons have a decent, pretty high kinetic damage, but they're also low ammo, high weight, not great in other ways. And some of them only fire half the bullets that other weapons do. Let's get a feel for the aircraft cannons. So, how much DPS is this worth upgrading? No. Dang it. I can almost guarantee it that this is a garbage interceptor weapon. Slow firing, tiny arc. 2 degrees is really hard to aim. It'll do 1,350 damage total, but it also fires kind of slow. So we're using stuff like Hunter Beams, basically. These do 40 damage every 300 RPMs for my standard, right? 40 over 300 versus 45 over 240. It's about the same DPS, assuming you're hitting. About 40 every 300, no matter... you can do the math, but it's got to be very similar. It's got a much smaller fire arc, which makes the air game much more difficult, for me anyway. Actually lining this up is going to be very hard. And the total ammo is a little bit higher damage total. This is like 1,200. This is 1350. So a little bit of bonus total damage. Maybe a little bit more range. But a way, way, way worse firing arc. Same DPS. Slightly better total damage. Much worse firing arc. Okay. There's some advantage to high damage, low rate of fire. You can just get a shot in and then like turn your craft, get a quick shot and turn away, rather than if it's a high rate of fire, low damage per projectile, you have to keep them in your sights longer. So this is more take a shot and keep moving. It has some advantages, but it's going to be very difficult to aim. How about the particle pulse? How does this work? You missed the Xenonauts mod? What's that one? I would say X Division is good. It's complicated, very long, and pretty difficult, but I'd say it's fun. We're getting pretty close to the end now, anyway. So, Particle Pulse is a replacement to Sonar Pulse, which was way back here. I never used it. Dogfighting, low damage, rapid fire, pretty fast. Lots of ammo. Wide arc. I never even built any of those. I built some sonic thrusters, which is similar but not rapid fire, and also longer range. So, where would the particle pulse shine? It's got about half the range of our main cannons, you know, the things that we normally use, like beams, Gauss cannons, pulse cannons. They all have a little over 2,000 meters. This guy's about half. It does an insanely high rate of fire. That's probably the highest rate of fire I've seen. So if we compare it to my standard 300 rate, this is times 6. This is the highest DPS we've seen so far, because this will be, you know, yeah, 300 times 6. So 12 times 6 is 72, easy, right? 72 DPS is almost double the DPS from our current tech. So DPS is good, range is poor. Our fire arc is amazing. Total damage is a bit weaker. Now we're up to 750 plus 150. So a 900 damage total is lower than other ones. So we're trading off total damage and range, but a good firing arc and way better DPS. This one might be worth building. Because it makes it easier to hit things, at least at low range. And it does kill them much quicker than most weapons. I mean, nothing does the DPS that the Focus Blast does, but it just has such a tiny, tiny range. This was kind of my other testing weapon. But I might want to build some Particle Pulse. The downside, of course, is that we need resources for those that are kind of expensive. Double heavy weapon systems just to build one. We could build a couple if we really wanted to, but not en masse. We would need to do a lot more UFO missions to get a good stock of those. Anyway, rail cannon looks like a bust. Kinetic weapons fail us again. And maybe the particle pulse is interesting. The last a little bit of analysis is for vehicle weapons. We unlocked the sonic machine gun last time, which was not a machine gun. It's just a one-shot. We just unlocked the mech railgun, which is an upgrade theoretically to the Gauss machine gun. So how do we feel about this? The previous tech was, do we consider it a Spirit Wolf Gauss or a Timber Wolf Gauss? Let's get a look here. 120 times 10, 20 shots per map is pretty good. 120 with 30 armor mitigation is okay. It's definitely better than the Spirit Wolf Gauss. That's fair. A little bit more range, 20 more damage per hit. How does it compare against the Timber Wolf Gauss? Better, but less armor mitigation, I guess. These are all so similar, I don't know why there's this many differences. All these weapons with different names are basically the same, like... They're also free to build, so I don't really know why they made so many of these. I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know. So you go from 100 times 10 at minus 20 to 100 times 10 at minus 40, so sort of 20 extra damage per hit, maybe. And then we go to Spirit Wolf Rail, which is 120, but minus 30. That's such a small difference. Like, if we were using the Timber Wolf, we gain 20 damage, but lose 10 armor mitigation. It's better, but not by much. Well, mechs are cool and all, Thorinum, and we will be getting a better mech soon-ish. So, I was thinking if we build the second mech, maybe we'll want to build it upgraded weapons. But... yeah, I'm not too impressed. We do get a new machine gun. This is for your actual vehicles. So it's a tier 4 machine gun that actually is a machine gun. This is just a single shot. The rail machine gun at least does rapid fire. It's only 10 volleys, but a lot of volleys. 60 times 20 at minus 40 compared to the previous tier, which would be the Gauss machine gun. 55 times 16 minus 35. I guess it's definitely an upgrade over that. If you were using the Gauss machine gun, the rail machine gun's a pretty much straight upgrade. More damage, 4 more shots, more mitigation. So, there is that. But that's probably about it for the research right now, unfortunately. We didn't get any new data hacks. We didn't get anything really exciting. Well, let's see what we get this next UFO wave. We probably won't be doing any of these. Well, we're not doing any of these missions this episode. Probably not this live stream either, but we'll see if there's anything. Okay, we should do this mission for a lot of alloys. Whichever team has the least amount of alloys will do this next time, probably. And maybe I'll do the bomber, but I'll probably just do the normal carrier. Boy, lots of ships to shoot down. Alright, let's shoot some ships down. We've got cyclones down here now. That's pretty cool. Not a very good spot for cyclones, to be honest. Bomber carrier needs Lotus to take down easily. These missile corvettes are easy baby ships. Whatever, we'll go in groups of 3. Missile corvette, easy baby ship. Maybe they'll shoot both of them down. We'll need to clean up the escorts on this one. Let's send down some cyclones. That seems like a smart thing to do. Cyclones are good multi-purpose. We have a shuttle that will be very difficult to catch. We've got a scout, which is not particularly hard to catch. Alright, air battles go. Missile corvettes, not worth my time. Scouts, probably worth our time. You can see, if we were trying to do this with the new railgun, our firing arc would be so small. It wouldn't be too hard to hit these bigger ships, but against an interceptor, it'd be very difficult. And that worked all right. Why? What are you doing, number 2? Number 1? It just flies through some mines, you know, whatever. I suppose in terms of the air weapons, if you're only doing auto battling, there's a different mechanic, there's a different formula. So sometimes whatever works for the auto battle might be the better choice for the weapons to build, if that's what you're doing. And I'm not really thinking about that because I don't really know how the auto battle works. But, for instance, that's a terrible idea. This is why I can't use auto-resolve. See, Thornum, if you rely only on auto-resolve, you can't keep it going until the end of the game. These are top-tier anti-interceptor, anti-bomber, you know, best we can build. And, not good. Hey, we caught the shuttle. Also, we shot it down and didn't even get the... Did it just explode mid-air? You only use auto-resolve when you don't lose planes. I mean, that's mostly what we do too, I suppose. But how do you know if you'll lose planes or not unless you try it out? Like, I know in experience that that won't blow it up. Well, what happened to the carrier? I thought that was the mission we were going to do. Well, I'm not doing a bomber carrier. It's fine. I guess we should probably stop around now, so I don't get lazy. Just saves coming, probably. I'm just trying to think of what else I want to do in Tier 3. I don't want to jump into Phase 4 without being prepared, but there's not a lot left. I guess we should still try to get that Empress. I need to figure out how to get an Empress. And it probably revolves around facehuggers, or only in Tier 4. And then the Robo-Rex we haven't figured out either. I mean, that's fair, Thornum. When you're just learning, might as well save and then test out some theories. Well, let's see if we get this wave. The base didn't upgrade yet anyway. Another bomber carrier. Apparently all we get is corvettes and bombers. Well, 3 Furies should make short work of that. I'm kind of curious if I can pull this off with 3 Furies, because it has its own defense drones, but we might be able to launch our torpedoes and then get away from it before they take any damage. But we can't keep throwing our ships away. Anyway, this is kind of a dud wave. Just corvettes everywhere. Like, I still think I have to do these ones manually or we just lose our Corsairs. That's not where I wanted you to go. Oops. Well, not ideal. We got him. Still a lot better than the auto-resolve, anyway. You had to suicide 3 Foxtrots for a Terror Carrier. Well, if you watched me in Phase 1, there's a specific way of doing it that leaves you less suicides. But yeah, I don't think you need Foxtrots for anything else in Tier 1, really. At least not on easy air game. Oh, I was going to try it out. Turns out you don't even need to worry about it. Auto-resolve. Overwhelming firepower gives you auto-resolve. There's definitely a mechanic where if you do a lot of damage, auto-resolve just gives you a clean victory. With no damage. It might not make sense, it just does it. Well, fine. Maybe our next mission will just be a better base. This will get it upgraded quick enough. Sure. We'll at least be able to end the episode with another exciting mission on the timeline. The Firebird squad should do a good job, if you do build Firebirds anyway. Should give you a good job of shooting down interceptors at least. I don't think it'll work on the Tier 3 battleships too well though. Against Terror Carriers, you know, sure. Maybe. Alright, air game go. Actually doing the air game. Not perfect, but alright. Good enough. Now get out of there before you get shot down. Okay. Well, this should definitely get the base upgraded. And I guess we'll just save that for next time. 18 wolf armors, yeah, it's not cheap. Well, it's upgraded now. Kill it. Alright, well, good enough then. The base missions are gigantic, and they always take a while, but it's kind of nice to start a stream with one. So, we'll end today's episode here. We got a good batch of tech done. We're going to do our final, unless I really find a reason to do another one, we're going to do our final advanced fortress in Phase 3. So we'll get this done, get the Tier 4 Andron stuff researched, and I will spend some time thinking about how much more stuff I need to do in Phase 3 to prepare. There's always more stuff we could do, but I just need to make sure I'm feeling confident going into Phase 4, and at that point, we'll just start skipping through time. But it's probably not too far away, but last time I got there, we died. Or I died anyway, so, you know, we could certainly continue building more airships. There's room for more stuff. I'd like to get more Cyclones, so we're not going to go skipping Terror Dreadnoughts. Every Terror Dreadnought is another one of those. Or we could build Lotuses again. You know, Tier 4. We're getting close. Unfortunately, that civilian engineer didn't really lead anywhere that I was excited about. We didn't learn about the new mech or the new armor. We need to get some crazy stuff. So we'll look into that next time. At the very least, next time we've got it will be an Andron fortress. And to be honest, I might be running out of some weapons that I need to build some more of. I might want to build some more Electron weapons. Now that we can bring 12 people, I don't think I built enough ahead of time to equip a full squad with Electron. So I might build some more of these. It's not that hard at this point. 1 hour. We'll figure that out, and that'll be for next episode. So thanks for watching, you future tubers. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.